Hello and welcome back to my channel. For today's topic, we shall discuss the other division that is the most visited division in the Marina STCW office. Previously, we discussed about the certification division. Now, let's talk about the examination and assessment divisions, one of the two most visited divisions in the Marina STCW office. Join me. Let's start. So, what is the examination and assessment division? Per definition, it is the division that ensures all examinations and assessments are appropriate for all the levels as defined in the STCW Coded Convention as amended. This division also makes regional and at times remote examinations possible with the cooperation of the Board of Examiners. So there's a subgroup under EAD that they have to work with. We'll discuss that as we go along. The EAD also develops and maintains examination protocols for an orderly examination and maintains the highest integrity of the examination questionnaires and responses made by the examinee. So, what EAD handles is the question bank. It is a repository of thousands of questions which are always updated. Okay, now how can that be laid out for each examinee? It is computer based. So if you take the examination, it will be printed randomly for your level. So for example, if you have two uh, OIC candidates both in engine watchkeeping of the same level, and they are going to take the engineering watchkeeping OIC exams, the OIC level, operational, even if they are together in the examination room, the computer will come up with two of the same level examinations for OIC but have different questions. So that's how the system of examination works nowadays. So it's not one question page and it's printed so many times. No, it comes out as the examinee sits for their exams. So that's the job of EAD.
Okay, now showing this simple diagram as earlier shown to you, the EAD is directly reporting to the Deputy Executive Director of the STCW office. Okay, under the Examination and Assessment Division or parallel lines is the Board of Examiners. These are composed of masters, chief engineers, uh, operations level, both deck and engines. So for the COCs, you have the Board of Marine Deck Officers and Board of Marine Engine Officers. Okay? Even the support level, they have to go to some sort of examination and uh, assessment, practical. Okay, so all the certifications for proficiencies and for competencies have to go under the Board of Examiners.
Now let's go to the basis of the examination. Well, you don't have to look any further. The basis has always been the STCW Code Chapter 2, Chapter 3, and Chapter 4 for the radio. These are all in the Section A of the code. And it is more specified in the tables that is contained there. So this is where the basis of the examination questions shall emanate. There's no other basis. Okay, so the best thing to do is to open your STCW and look at section A, the tables, and then you will get operational level, management level. Okay, and the examination assessment division also does assessments and examination for the support level. Okay, so basically all examinations for qualification assessments, it is under the examination and assessment division. And to those who have passed and completed the requirements, then it is transferred to certification division, because that's where the competency licenses or the certificates are released. So there you have it, the two most visited divisions in Marina by the Seafarer.
So looking at the data that you have, aside from the STCW Code and Convention as amended, you also have to supplement that with certain circulars, memorandum circulars issued by Marina STCW office, which gives a better uh, overview of the topics that will most likely come out in the examination. These are the original transitory circulars issued in 2014. They cover all the operational and management level through gross tonnage or kilowatt power output. The other MCs also are for the support level. Okay? And these MCs, the circulars, you can find these coverages under their annexes, which shows that the examinations are grouped in functions. Function 1 to 3 for deck and function 1 to 4 for engine. Under the functions, there are the competencies that you are supposed to show knowledge and being able to answer them accurately.
So in preparation for the examination, theoretical, to sit in one, you have to always do pre-planning. Excuse me. Okay? In my previous video in the certification division, I always stress the need to pre-plan. And when you're doing pre-planning, please don't forget to include entries in your mismo account. Okay? Because Marina handles your requirements basis your entries in mismo. Okay, so don't forget that. Aside from the mismo thing, you have to check the coverage specific to the next level you intend to sit for the exam, theoretically. What's the coverage? Well, previously discussed, and I shall put it in the descriptions, are the memorandum circulars that on the end page are the functions and competencies and other information needed when you're going to take that particular level of exam. Okay? The next is to check the other requirements aside from the theoretical part, because there are some practical assessment requirements that are needed also. Okay, either you take that first or take the theoretical first. It depends on the requirements of Marina. Okay, and then you go to the review. Most seafarers, they do self-review on board ship, which is good. In fact, there are some seafarers who are predisposed or naturally gifted to sit an exam and actually pass. There are a lot of seafarers like that. And there are some that need to sit down and read their previous notes while they were still studying students, okay? and then get immediately the essence of the exam and sit the exam. And finally, there are those who really need to sit in a review class because they feel they are more comfortable with their peers while reviewing. Okay? All this can be done, and it is the freedom of choice. Okay? In the second item wherein you may go through your notes, there is a section in the implementing rules and regulations of Marina, section 10.3, wherein they are required under the IRR to publish the previous year's questions for examination. The entire question bank that came out in the previous years. So at the beginning of the next year, they're supposed to publish in broadsheet all the questions that came out in the previous year. You can clip that and start your review. Okay? And there are some who opt to enroll in review centers for maritime, of course. Okay? However, these review centers, these are not mandatory, okay? Because also in the IRR, in section 11, freedom of association, all seafarers are given the option and are in fact encouraged to join professional associations, common idea groups. They're encouraged, but this in no way shall affect anything that is STCW. No, sir. You don't need to enroll in a review class in order for you to be able to pass your next examination. Because time was before that was a thing. But now that it is under the law, it is freedom of association. So you can take a review class, or you can do self-review, whatever. That's your choice. No one's going to stop you. No one's going to affect the outcome of your examination. So that concludes basically this episode on examination and assessment division. One division in the STCW office that you will visit sometime in the future or have visited already. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope that you will check out the description on certain publications that are now available locally in the Philippines, and support your fellow seafarers around by spreading the word that there is a channel for you. Thank you and goodbye.